how I improved my social skills. The younger version of me used to always struggle with like social interactions, eye contact, body language, body posture. I never really understood or had like the education of how to be like normal in a social environment, how to just carry a conversation, how to do stuff like that. It wasn't until literally the last 2 years when I found self improvement and I started to find out that you can actually take action and learn about things to not only improve your social skills, to improve your confidence, to improve the way you look. Self improvement pretty much just saved my life. And today in this video, I'm going to share with you all the lessons and learnings I've learned, in which ultimately made me become a much more social person, improved my social interactions. Honestly, just what really helped me develop meaningful relationships. First off, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it's like to have both poor and pretty good social skills. I can assure you one is a lot better than the other. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress I have made in my journey and feel like sharing it with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Quick plug, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching calls. These calls are designed to help young men improve their confidence through tailored self-improvement strategies, specifically focuses on identifying your current challenges, setting actionable goals, and providing practical advice to boost your self-confidence. The link's in the description for those of you who are interested. Finally, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get these full-length educational guides more often on your homepage, instead of the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you watch every night, in which honestly provide you no value, make you feel like, why the hell did I waste my time watching that? Subscribe to this channel, just purely educational content. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you'll not only learn what drastically helped me improve my social skills, but you'll feel more motivated to take action and become equipped with the education needed to implement these learnings in your own life. So there's 3 parts of this video. Number 1, reading. Number 2, being relatable. And 3, making high quality friends. Number 1, reading. The younger version of me would always give shit on reading, would never have the motivation to ever pick up a book. And honestly, I think the main reason because of that was simply because of high school. Think about it. In high school, you're forced to books. Forced to books. You're forced to read books you have no interest in. You're forced to read books that are just in the study design and they're just not true stories. They're not educational. It's just made up bullshit crap. Do you really think that's a good introduction for you to start getting into the habit of reading consistently? Probably not. So the last book I read, I swear to God, was like in year 11 or year 12 in school. This was like in 2019, 2020. I went 5 years after or 4 years after high school without reading a book since. It wasn't until I found self-improvement and I learned about the fact that the reason why I'm struggling socially, the reason why I'm can't string a sentence together, the reason why I just lack education about all other areas of life is because I've never put the work in. I've never spent the hours, days, etc., forcing myself to do something which is uncomfortable, which is at the time was reading a book. It took me a while to get into the habit of it, and it took me a while to realize, oh, how's reading going to improve my confidence? How's reading going to improve my social life? Believe it or not, it actually helps you take a step in the right direction. No, reading a book isn't going to instantly make you become an insane speaker. It's not going to instantly improve your conversations with people. But the main thing I learned with reading is that it helps you develop the confidence. It helps you get your foot out the door. Younger Adrian, when I first got on self-improvement, yeah, I was going to gym, I was trying to be productive. But when I first got on self-improvement, I didn't realize how important reading is. I didn't realize that I need to read to become more motivated, to take action, to become a better speaker, to force myself to cold approach a girl, to force myself to speak to new guys in the gym. And every single night when I read, that's what increased my motivation for me to implement the learnings, what I just read, me to take action on what I just read. Like, let's say I'm reading a book about, have some here, dictionary of body language. When I read something which I didn't know about, like body language, about like eye contact or some shit, reading that just motivated me to implement it in real life, to go test what I just learned in like a shopping center or at the gym or on one of my friends, etc. Without reading, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. Without reading, I wouldn't be making these videos right now. You become a whole lot more authentic version of yourself. And if I wasn't reading right now, I would not be sitting in this chair and recording myself teaching my learnings. It's literally that simple. And if you're constantly asking yourself, how do I get into a new habit of reading? I struggle with motivation. That's something I would say. That's how I would cope. It's the same thing with any habit. It's the same thing with gym, same thing with making videos, same thing with eating healthy. You have to start small. So many guys get freaked out when they see, I got another book here. a thick 300-page book. It's like, yeah, bro, no shit, that's intimidating. No shit, that's daunting. You're probably not going to stick to it. You know that he improves your social skills, but the whole habit just looks shit bloody scary. And that's how it was for me. It wasn't until I started to realize start small, take a step in the right direction. So, what's stopping me from reading 3 pages a night? 3 pages a night. It's like when you say to a person who's new to the gym, what's stopping you from going to the gym one time a week? Once you start to get the hang of that, once I started to get the hang of reading 3 pages a night, I asked myself, what's the next step? How can I progress even more to accelerate my personal development and growth? Let's read a chapter a day. Seems pretty accomplishable. Not too hard. Just, 10 pages a day? Okay, I can do that. Get the hang of that. Do that for a couple of weeks. Bro, let's try aim for a book a week. Holy shit, my progress has just 10x'd. Now, believe it or not, I like reading. Every single page I complete, it feels like my brain's expanding. I feel like I can spit out sentences at 2 times speed. I just feel like I'm growing at the fastest rate I've ever in my life. If you keep asking yourself, how do I improve my social skills? Pick up a book, do the hard work. What are some book recommendations? Here I have Discipline is Destiny. If you're struggling with like discipline, you just can't get into the habit of sticking with something. Great book for discipline. Dictionary of Body Language, which I just showcased before. Great book for you to try and improve your body language and just you feel more comfortable in like social group settings. And finally, Storyworthy. This is one of my favorite books of all time by Matthew Dix. This is what really accelerated my progress with like speaking, persuasion, teaching, storytelling, etc. It really gave me the confidence to start recording videos like this. Can't recommend these books anymore. Probably my top 3 favorite books of all time. And they're only going to accelerate and improve your self-improvement journey. They're going to make you a much more social person. As I just said, it's a step in the right direction. But realize and have the understanding that nothing will beat actually talking to someone. So these books are great for improving your confidence, motivation, etc. They're good for helping you take a step out in the right direction. But think of that as like 1% of the puzzle. Like you needed that 1%. But then when you get that motivation spike, then when you're to actually start speaking to new people in social environments like shopping centers, clubs, etc., that's where the real progress is made. You can watch 100,000 of videos about how to improve your social skills. Read this book, read that book, do that, do this. But if you never take action, you're never going to improve. It's like me. I used to watch hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos about how to cold approach. I never took action. I was watching these videos for 1 to 2 years before taking action. It wasn't until the first time I took action and I actually did the scary task is when I saw the most growth in my social skills, charisma, everything. Everything just improved when I took action. I felt more comfortable because I did something which was hard. So right now, it just depends on like what level you're on. If you feel like you're on a low level and you've never read a book before, you reading a book, that's uncomfortable. That's hard. So you're going to experience growth because of that. But once you get into the routine of reading books, doing this, doing that, you got to ask yourself, how can I continue to grow? Do what's hard. Do what you know is the most bang for buck. It's like when you walk into the gym, you don't do the worst exercise for muscle growth. You do the most bang for buck exercise to experience the most growth. I'm telling you what the most bang for buck thing to do is to actually talk to someone. And how do you do that? I'm going to speak about that further on. But that's where most of the progress is made. But still, I couldn't recommend reading anymore. We all should be reading at least 10 pages a day. It's only going to give you the confidence to do this scary task in the first place. Number 2, being relatable. If you don't relate to your current friends, you are limiting your own potential. Let me say that again. If you don't relate to your current friends, you are limiting your own potential. Something the younger me, I wish would have heard earlier in his self-improvement journey. I was sticking with friends at the time who were just, one, I didn't really relate with them. Two, I felt like I had to constantly hang out with them to not piss them off, not make them mad. I really just cared a lot about other people's opinions instead of my own growth. It comes to a point in your self improvement journey where you got to ask yourself, are these people promoting growth? Are these friendships in which are going to last 5 to 10 years from now? Do we share similar interests? If not, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't share similar interests with them. You don't talk about the same stuff when you're with them. If you have your old group of friends and they're constantly getting on the piss every weekend, drinking alcohol Friday, Saturday night, and you go to the gym Monday to Friday, but then you still want to make time to hang out with them. You hang out with them, you're chilling there, and you're sitting in your seat. You're just on the waters tonight, drinking your water. You're just on the waters tonight, drinking your water. And then you ask yourself, what can I talk about? These guys aren't interested in the gym. I'm not going to speak to them about, hey, I just hit 100 kilos of bench press today. Shut up, bro. Grab this lime vodka. Get drinking. What are you doing? Shit starts to clash. They don't like that you're progressing. You start to change from their point of view, where instead change is what everyone should be doing. You should constantly be trying to become better. If you're staying the same, what the hell are you doing with your life? Why do crabs or people hate when you start to change? They don't understand what progress is. They don't understand what self-improvement is. So genuinely ask yourself, why am I hanging out with these people? This is just making my social skills worse because you can say I'm quiet in these social groups, but in reality, we just don't share similar interests. We're not relatable. So that's why, yeah, from this point of view, maybe my social skills suck because it's like I'm playing a video game with not the right tools. I suck in this situation because I don't have the right stuff. I don't have the right tools to be successful in this video game. It's like you right now. You don't have the right peers to experience a great social life, to be more confident in your social situation. And that's something I struggled with a lot. I went 2, 3 years knowing I'm wasting time hanging out with some of these people. They don't really relate to my goals that much. Why am I here? We don't like They don't like the gym. I don't like drinking alcohol. That's the first thing. I don't like how they treat me and they're not doing anything about it. They're not promoting growth, etc. Realize most friendships, believe it or not, most friendships are actually fake. Ask yourself, how did you become friends with your current friends in the first place? High school, okay, how did you meet each other in high school? Purely geographic location, not because you shared similar interests with people, purely because of geographic location. Oh, let's play video games tonight. Okay, I've never played video games before. Let's do it. Start getting a habit of playing video games together. That's how the friendship's kind of born. Over time, yeah, I'm not saying you're not going to have fun memories, and that's fine with making friends in the first place. But year by year, when you start to grow up and mature and start improving and progressing, etc., you start to drift. And if you want to keep growing as an individual, it has to come to a point in time where you have to cut these crabs off because you don't relate to them as much. They're crabs in a bucket. They're just holding you down. Good Hamza analogy. He would always speak about this. And when I first heard it for the first time, it's what really motivated me to take action. So I'm just sharing what I've learned. Realize that your old group of friends are like crabs in a bucket. They don't want you to become better. It has to come to a point in time where you fucking get rid of the crabs, bro. Fuck them off. They're just holding your own potential back. They don't want you to become better? Okay, piss off. I want to become better. Believe it or not, bro, no one wants you to become jacked. No one wants you to develop the business. That's what it was like for me. When I first started hitting the gym, bro, you've made no muscle 6 months in the gym. What are you doing? No one wants to see, when I say no one, most friendships don't want you to become better. It's the real friendships who promote growth. The real, true masculine friendships and communities which want what's best from one another. How do you develop these friendships? I'm going to speak about that soon, but realize that no one wants what's best for you, bro. No one wants you to get jacked. No one wants you to make money. At the end of the day, yeah, you could say it's all a competition, but that's just most toxic relationships. And that's what I thought is, I never knew there was the possibility of having friends who would promote growth. I always thought every single friendship on planet Earth is purely negative Turns out it's not the case. When you start to find people you relate with more, your social skills are going to improve. You're going to be having 10 times as much more fun than probably what you're currently having. It's just a matter of how do you find or attract these new high value people? Well, making high quality friends. Realize first off that it's better to be alone than with negative influences. So, as I just kind of spoke about before, if you don't really relate with people, if you want to accelerate your progress, the right thing to do is, yeah, it sucks, but it's probably better to be it's better to be alone than with these negative influences. No brainer. We can all understand that. By you hanging out with negative people, that is doing you no good. So if you can cut off something which is holding you back and just be alone off instead, you're probably going to improve faster. Realize and have the understanding that you can't put your current friends on self improvement. This is, again, another thing which I would waste so much time, hours, days, etc., trying to save my friends at the time. I would always message my friends, oh, come gym with me. Oh, do this habit. It's really good for you. Because I would find so much progress and fulfillment with it in myself. Like cold showers, when I first found cold showers. Oh, boys, start doing this. It's so good for you. Start doing nofap. It's so good for you. Start doing this. Start doing that. They don't give a fuck, bro. You can't save them. At best, maybe one friend you can try convince, but even he won't stay consistent with it. He might try it for a couple of weeks. Oh, yeah, this is great. We'll forget about it in the long term. The unfortunate reality is that the unfortunate reality is you kind of have to go through your own like trials and tribulations to go on this journey to start improving yourself. Because if you're an autopilot and you're just happy and you're content with your current situation, what makes you think you're going to start trying to go outside your comfort zone, start trying to grow as a person, start trying to improve your social skills, start trying to improve your physique, make a business, etc. Nothing's going to motivate you to try and improve yourself other than your own trials and tribulations. So realize that you can't put your friends in self-improvement, your current friends. If you really want to save your friends, just realize it's wasting your own time. It's stopping you from meeting new people. It's stopping you from trying to improve yourself even more to attract higher quality people. Realize it's tough and you have to go through a period of loneliness. This is what I had to go through in 2022 and even like half of 2023 when I found self-improvement and I slowly started to reduce my time spent with like my old group of friends. You have to go through a period of loneliness, a period of growth. And you hear a lot of guys who speak about this, but it's actually really true. Ask yourself, am I worthy to be friends with a high quality guy now? Like right now in your current situation, you're watching these videos. Are you worthy to be friends with someone who's of higher quality? Probably not if you're playing video games 8 hours a day. Probably not if you're fapping 3 times a day. See, this was the younger me. I would want to start making new friends, but I just wasn't on their level yet. Believe it or not, it's like a video game. I just wasn't confident in myself. I was still doing bad habits. I was still hanging out with these guys who I didn't really relate with as much. So if I'm to try and meet new higher value people and they see I'm friends with people who are playing video games, people who are getting on the piss every week, bro, these higher quality guys, they're not going to think shit of me. They're going to think I'm the same as them. So realize it's difficult, but realize it's what's best for your self-improvement journey. And if you're watching this video, you want to improve your social skills. You want to build much more lifelong, fulfilling relationships with others. It's probably best if you try go through a period of monk mode. Try go through a period of alone time and just all in on your goals. I've made a video about how to have a successful monk mode period, so go suss it out on my channel. But if you're asking yourself, okay, I've went through this period of loneliness, where do I find these higher value people now? I don't know where they are. I can't find them. Believe it or not, bro, it's simple. I used to always ask I used to always ask the same question until I genuinely thought it's literally the places you go to the most. Environments where you share similar interests. I would never talk to new people at the gym because I thought to myself, oh, I already have my old group of friends. What's the point? I don't need to make new friends. But the people at the gym share similar interests with me. The people at the gym were probably a whole lot more relatable. The people at the gym were probably going to have a whole lot more interesting, engaging, intellectual conversations with one another because we like going to the gym. It's that simple. We like building muscle. So we're going to have crazy conversations about, oh, let's hit a leg day together. Oh, you do that to build muscle? I want to do that as well. You're going to learn off one another, which is what real friendship is. Realize if you don't cut off your old friends, what makes you think you're going to go outside your comfort zone? It's the same thing with trying to talk to girls or trying to cold approach. If you're fapping every night, you're doing something which is comforting. What makes you think you're going to go out in the real world and talk and cold approach a girl? What makes you think you're going to go out in the real world and cold approach a girl? Probably not, because you're kind of comfy and satisfied with what you're currently doing at home every single night. Same thing with video games. By you playing video games 6-7 hours a day, that's giving you this feeling of self-accomplishment and progression. What makes you think you're going to try and improve in the real world when you have this comfy version of fake artificial progression in the virtual world? I know I went a bit off topic there, but your brain's starting to understand now, like, oh shit, doing what's easy never makes me do what's hard. Literally, that's what self-improvement is. Cutting out all this bullshit easy stuff. So go through a period of loneliness, and then the answer to your question is simple. You're going to meet people you want to spend more time with in the environments you share similar interests with one another. What's stopping you from speaking to that one guy at the gym? I know it's a bit daunting and stranger danger. You might be a bit scared to speak to him, and maybe you don't have the social skills yet. But believe it or not, when you can force yourself to pass this like tough initial phase, bro, you've just made one new friend at the gym. You share so much more interest with him compared to your old group of friends. Now this new guy introduces you to his friends. Oh, now you've got 4 to 5 new friends. Oh, now you've got a whole group of friends who you can train with, you can go out for dinner with, etc. It kind of just flows once you follow these steps. This is the blueprint, and why I think everyone should be doing this if they're on self-improvement and they want to improve their social life and learn how important social skills are. If you're studying, let's say you're studying, I don't know, nutrition science, or let's say you're studying business at uni. Is uni the best option? I don't think so, but whatever. Let's say you're studying business at uni. Everyone else in your class, if you feel like you go to uni and you're not talking to anyone else, bro, what's stopping you? Because everyone in this class has the same interest as you. Everyone's interested in building a business. So what's stopping you from speaking to a guy in your business class to start your own business? That's a social connection. That's going to be something which over time is going to be a much more valuable relationship to you than your old current high school group of friends, right? You share similar interests with one another, as I've said already over 20 times in this video. Do what's hard. This is what I think is the blueprint to make high quality friends. And if you can follow this, if you can actually take action on this, which is the most important thing, then you're going to see the most growth in your personal development, your social skills, your social life, etc. Do what's hard. Quick actionable step. Ask yourself, are your current friends hoping the best for you? Or are they like crabs and constantly trying to bring you down? Remember, do what's best for you. I'll leave that question for you. You answer that question. You take action on it, because you can watch this video. You can feel motivated because you just watched this whole 15, 20-minute video. But if you don't take action, what the fuck? Why did you just waste your time watching this, bro? You're not serious about this shit. If you're not serious about this shit, stop wasting your time, bro. I don't want you here. Piss off. Taking action is the most important thing, and it's the only thing I care about. If you don't take action, this video does you no good. Ask yourself this question, and you know the answer to this question. You know why you clicked on this video. You know deep down what's holding you back. So I'll leave that with you. I hope this advice was valuable and that it motivates and gives you the education you need to improve your social skills. Leave a comment about your relationship journey down below. Like and subscribe for more videos about self-improvement, and I'll see you in the next video.